We take out the Alolan Sandslash, we are banking a crunch, and we are switching out into our own Shadow Nidoqueen upper shield. The opponent has built to the Earth Power, we are going to respect it. They bait us with a Poison Fang, which is not absolutely fantastic. In the back is Alolan Marowak, we get the denial, we go straight for the Earth Power. Is this enough to KO? No, it's not, but we Poison Jab down. You already know we're about to outpace this opposing Nidoqueen, and we're about to see back-to-back booms. See you fucking later. Shadow Nidoqueen, closing strong. So in today's video we are carrying on the theme of me powering up Pokemon that I do not currently have. So I had a decent rank Electrode, it is a rank 32, so we're going with Electrode. In the back, I've seen a lot of hype with the rat, everyone's running it purified. On this channel we're going to be running Shadow Rat. Yes, it is on Hyper Fang. Do we need return? I don't fucking think so. Shadows always prevail. So we've got Shadow Raticate in the lead, and we are going to be using Shadow Nidoqueen on the safe switch. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the battles. So in game one, we need Shadow Raticate into Lapras. As usual, I haven't checked any of these matchups, but I imagine it's fairly neutral. It'll be somewhat better if we go straight crunch and get a defense drop. So we land the crunch, no defense drop. The opponent is building up two back-to-back surfs. They could Skull Bash me, which would probably KO, but either way, I've got no intention of shielding. The opponent does throw a surf. This next surf will KO. However, we have Electrode, so we can come in and look to commit to the farm down. The opponent realises that is what we're looking to do. They come in with a Mew, so I can fire off this Foul Play. Foul Play is great coverage. It will hit Mew for super effective. The opponent is throwing immediately. This is just the surf, so I am going to no shield. I've got no idea on the bulk of Electrode. You can see by the bottom right there, it did do a lot of damage. We CMP tie on the next surf. So as the opponent is switch locked, we are going to go for a very cheeky undercharge and look to Poison Jab down. So we are going to get a couple more Poison Jabs in. We now have residual energy good to go. The opponent is waiting out their timer. I imagine they are going to come back in with the Lapras, and once again I am going to look to overfarm. So here comes the Lapras. They are energy dry. I am getting quite chunked by this Ice Shard, so we throw a couple more Poison Jabs, take out the Lapras. What is in the back? In the back is a Gengar. We don't even build to the Earth Power. Poison Fang is resisted, but Gengar is made of paper. The opponent puts up a really questionable shield, and this game is absolutely over. We can shield this move up. They're not at the back-to-back. We just got under tap, and this discharge is going to be enough to take game one. GG's, and thanks for playing. So despite just powering up two Pokemon, having no idea of the matchups, so far we're looking good. Moving on into game two, we see Sandslash in the lead. We are resisting these Shadow Claws, which is pretty good. However, they are also resisting our quick attacks due to their steel typing. They go for an Ice Punch, doesn't do too much, and we are going to fire back with a Stab Crunch. Crunch is a decent move. It does actually draw a shield from the opponent. I'm not entirely sure why they would shield that up, but either way, we can survive one more Ice Punch, and we still will make yet another Crunch. The opponent throws a Bulldoze. I'm not really sure that was the play, as Bulldoze doesn't get stabbed, but either way they are now energy dry. So I land the crunch and look to try and Volt Switch down. The opponent does make one more move. This is only going to be an Ice Punch. Electrode is glassy, but I've got no intentions of shielding up. We do Volt Switch farm down. We're up shields. What is in the back? In the back, they come in to a Machamp. They now make a great switch. I don't know what they've caught it on, but whatever it is, they're going to eat a Discharge. They catch it on Hypno. We get Confusion down. We're now in somewhat of a tricky spot. My Shadow Nidoqueen isn't going to appreciate this confusion damage. We come in with the rat just to get it a bit lower. We are going to have to tank a move on Nidoqueen. We've got two shields, so I'm going to respect a potential Shadow Ball or an Ice Punch. They go for the Shadow Ball. We do Poison Jab down. Now the Machamp is going to need to pay back me to take me out, so I can just Poison Fang. The opponent is going to be forced to shield, and they're not going to make a bait and a payback. So I am going to shield up absolutely anything. The opponent does bait me with a Cross Chop, but they aren't making no payback, and Rock Slide is also resisted. So this Poison Fang is going to be enough to take this game. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle. We need Shadow Rat into Nidoqueen. So we're not really picking up the leads we are looking for with Raticate, but we know the Nidoqueen is going to look to debuff us, so I'm going to tank one move and look to make a switch into my own Nidoqueen. We tank the Poison Fang, banking our energy, switch out into our own Nidoqueen. The opponent is staying in, so I'm going to have to respect the potential Earth Powers. I don't want to get one shot. The opponent does actually throw the Earth Power. We are getting loads of lag. Hello game. Game. Hello game. We don't actually shield. It does like not too much health. I don't really know what's happening. So the move went through our shield. We kind of got a half shield, I suppose. We take them out with an Earth Power in return, and now they come in to Sandshrew. I am going to go straight for the Earth Power, seeing if the opponent wants to respect the damage. They do shield it up. The opponent is going to look to farm us down, so they are now loaded full of energy. We come back into the Rat. We will tank a Night Slash, no problem. Blizzard would have KO'd. The opponent goes for the bait. We aren't shielding. Once again, this is a Night Slash, and again, I am opting to no shield. So we tank yet another Night Slash. We get to this Crunch. Crunch should land for decent damage. I highly doubt the opponent wants to commit their final shield. Now we switch out into Electrode, up shields. The opponent is going to throw a Night Slash. I am going to shield this up because we are getting low on HP with the Rat, and this is our only Pokemon remaining. We Volt Switch farm down. What is in the back? In the back is a Sand Slash. They're running a double Sandshrew evolution line, but they are looking pretty fucked. First discharge gets the shield. We're going for this second discharge. Discharge is a decent move from a Shadow. It is going to do big damage. We get the Sand Slash really low. The opponent throws energy. They're not at the back-to-back. We sneak a Volt Switch. Once again, we just need to under-tap. So what I mean by under-tap is just stop tapping your phone. Don't be yamming out the middle of your screen because you throw another Volt Switch and fuck up. So what I do is you pause for a second, hit the move, and that is a good game. Moving on into the next battle, another dreadful lead. We see Beedrill, something that our Rat doesn't want to see, as X is a would hit 4 super effective. We switch into Nidoqueen and we are pretty hard counter with a Hypno. However, we can debuff the shit out of this thing. We aren't even baiting the Earth Power, just want to get this defense lowered. We're going to get taken out. The opponent actually throws. Absolute dream scenario from us. The opponent should have committed to the Confusion down. So Nidoqueen is going to get taken out. And now we can come in and commit to the Quick Attack down. So Beedrill isn't a great matchup for Raticate. However, when we've got an energy advantage, it will be somewhat better. So we do Quick Attack down. Back out comes the B. We are going to spam out a Crunch. Beedrill is quite classy. I use a Shadow and fucking hell it can't tank a hit. So we draw a shield with the Crunch. We catch an X-Scissor on our Electrode. So things are going quite well despite being pretty hard counter. The opponent is staying in, so I look for the extra, which we get. I am going to shield up this next X-Scissor. The opponent might be weak to Electric in the back as they're staying in. We are getting low on HP, so I am going to fire off a Discharge because I'm just going to get farmed down if not. The opponent lets it go. In the back is a Lapras, so this Discharge should be drawing the opponent's shield. However, this Lapras is super bulky. Our Rat, even with a shield, is going to have a huge problem in taking this out. I am going to tank the first Surf, and we're going to need to get to 2 Crunches. However, it's not looking all that promising. You can see Quick Attack really isn't that quick, ironically. So this Crunch will land. It will not do anywhere near enough damage, and the opponent is now at the back-to-back. I do sneak a Quick Attack, so I'm going to shield it up, but there's zero chance of that Quick Attack KOing. As you can see, they still survive and they win that battle. GG's to that opponent. Despite getting hard countered in the lead and the switch, we actually made it fairly close. Moving on to the next battle, we see another Nidoqueen in the lead. So once again, we're going to tank the Poison Fang, bank our energy and switch out into our own Nidoqueen. So let's see what this opponent wants to do. Once again, they look like they are building up towards the Earth Power. They actually look to catch an Earth Power on the Pidgeot, but we don't fall for that nonsense. So we are going to go straight Poison Fang. First one does land. We throw one more Poison Jab. This second one is going to do big damage unless the opponent is willing to shield. They let it go. We should be able to Poison Jab down, and we do make it. Absolutely brilliant for us. The opponent, if they come back in with the Nidoqueen, is going to need to Earth Power to take us out. So let's see what the opponent does. If they go for a bait, we will Earth Power them. The opponent makes the correct play. They take us out. However, we are now sitting in a pretty decent spot. They have dumped their energy, so we overfarm just a touch. We fire off this Crunch. Let's see if the opponent is willing to shield. Crunch lands for huge damage. They switch out into Poliwrath. Hi Poliwrath, meet my good buddy Electrode. This is looking like a good game. The Volt Switches are absolutely tearing through this Poliwrath. They go for a Scald, looking to lower our attack. We don't get a debuff. We are going to fire off this Discharge. The opponent shields it up. We are getting to the next Discharge. This will be taking out the Poliwrath. See you fucking later, Poliwrath. And despite ground resisting Electric, as they have no HP, Electrode would be able to farm down. You love to see it. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle. We see a Rapidash of the Galarian variety in the lead. This can run Mega Horn and I think Dazzling Gleam. So either way, we are looking pretty fucked. I shield up a Mega Horn. I've got no ideas of the count. However, I did count them fast moves. So in return, on the same number, I look to catch on Nidoqueen. So here's a top tip for you all. If you don't know the counts, see what they throw the first time and then match it on the second move. That's how I managed to make that catch despite not knowing the counts. They come in to a Mew. We are not going to shield this up. They can take me out. And we can come back in with our rat. So they did throw a surf. We are already down a shield, so not really fantastic. I come back in with the rat. We're getting close to 100 energy, so I am going to fire off this Crunch. Crunch will be taking out Mew. The opponent does let it go, and I am going to throw a Hyper Fang at this Rapidash. Hyper Fang is neutral. I believe Crunch is single resist. I think Fairy double resist Dark. So we're looking to make a catch once again. The opponent is getting really low, so even if they body slam bait me, I'm still looking in a good spot. The opponent switches out into a Sand Slash. We are going to fire off this Crunch. It's the first time I am seeing Sand Slash. They shield the first one, which is a bit of a mistake. We're going to outpace to this next Crunch. Crunch will land for huge damage. I am tempted to try and sack the Electrode, but as they snuck, we was unable to do so. You see me tap the Electrode. We don't manage to switch, but either way, they're so low. We're going to be able to Volt Switch down. This is just a Night Slash. Night Slash won't do anywhere near enough damage to take me out, and we'll be able to Volt Switch down this Rapidash. Once again, this is just a Body Slam. This will not KO. We Volt Switch it down. We have the Discharge ready, and the opponent concedes the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we finally see a lead that we like. Rat, due to our Dark typing, is resisting these licks. And Crunch is a pretty decent move. We can get a debuff. I imagine the opponent was going to look to catch. For some reason, my big fat thumb brings up another app. We still manage to hit the bubbles. We get a defense shot. The opponent is still staying in. Body Slam won't do too much. You're going to see the bulk of Rat here. We tank that on the chin, and it's a pretty fucking big chin at that. We go for the second Crunch. The opponent just lets it go. They quickly come into a Psychic type and then switch out into a Water type. So high Blastoise meet Electrode, and that is a good game. Moving on into the next battle, we win lead 2 in a row. Fuck my life. This must be time for me to put the lottery on. They switch out into Sand Slash, and all I want to do here is get shield advantage. I am going to shield up a potential Bulldoze. I don't want to get one shot. They go for an Ice Punch bait. We're almost at the back-to-back discharges. So if the opponent throws again before, this is just going to be an Ice Punch. I've got no intentions of going down 2 shields. So I'm going to let them throw an Ice Punch at me. We're going to get to the discharge. Let's see if the opponent is willing to commit 2 shields. This is going to be a pretty good situation for me, as Raticate does resist the Shadow Claw. So they do commit to the 2 shield, and we are going to take shield advantage. Seeing the Ice type on the field, hopefully it means Nidoqueen is going to be primed to sweep the end game. I can tank any move from Sand Slash. Ice Punch just tickles. Rat is there grinning at the Sand Slash. We are potentially looking to quick attack down. However, it doesn't look that possible. I'm going to tank one more move. We're going to overfarm towards the back-to-back. So this Crunch will be taking out the Sand Slash, and we'll have a Crunch ready to go on whatever decides to come back in. They come into a Nidoqueen of their own, so here comes our own Nidoqueen. The opponent is building up towards the Earth Power. I'm going to shield this up. We know Marowak is in the back. They go for a bait, but either way, we're going to look to back-to-back Earth Power and nuke the shit out of this opponent. Earth Power coming through. Does it one-shot? No, it doesn't, but as we deny, we do manage to Poison Jab down. We're going to outpace this Nidoqueen to an Earth Power, and our Nidoqueen is on a fucking tear-up. Hi Nidoqueen, bye Nidoqueen, and that is a good game. Moving on into the next battle, we lead into Alolan Muck. This will be pretty good if they're on Snarl. It's not so great this time as they are on Poison Jab. I don't think Poison Jab is the move in this meta, but either way, we'll take it. We're going to tank the Acid Spray, look to get off a Poison Fang. Let's see if the opponent is willing to put up a shield. So Hyper Fang from a Shadow does do decent damage. The opponent shields it up, and we now switch out into Nidoqueen. They come in to a Poliwhirl, so a really fun pick from the opponent. We are just going to look to debuff the shit out of it with a Poison Fang. The opponent will need to throw a Scald to take me out. Mod Bomb wouldn't KO, but either way, I'm not shielding. They go for a Scald. Correct play from the opponent. We are up shield, so I see this as an opportunity to shield once and commit to the Volt Switch farm down. This is going to be a Mod Bomb. Mod Bomb does hit for super effective, so we do respect it. Shield it up. We do look to Volt Switch down. We do make it, and we are absolutely loaded. They come in with a Graveler, so Graveler really isn't going to appreciate these foul plays. I am really worried of a potential swap, so I overfarm by 1. We get a CMP tie, brilliant for us, so I can shield this up. I know the opponent is going to have to shield this foul play. They aren't going to be able to switch out as it is a CMP. The opponent is likely to shield. They let it go. Really questionable play from the opponent. They will now have to shield up this Discharge, because obviously there's the only Pokemon remaining. Discharge does get the shield. It's a CMP tie once again, so they are going to have to foul play to take me out. Or Dark Pulse as it's Muck, sorry. Either way, this game is over. We're going to outpace to the Hyper Fang. This is just going to be an Acid Spray. Either way, we will survive. I could have just thrown a crunch, but we like to go for the Hyper Fang when the opportunity arises. The Mach is on no HP, and we take that game. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, normal service has resumed and we pick up a fucking dreadful lead. We save switch this time into Electrode as Nidoqueen is a hard answer. The opponent is building up towards a close combat, so I am going to shield it up and fuck my life. They actually threw a close combat. I was almost certain I would get baited, but either way we got residual energy good to go against this Mach. First discharge does draw the shield. We are going to outpace to this second discharge. I imagine this should be getting the shield, which it does, and it's a CMP tie. We can now look to come in and go for a quick attack farm down. That is a pretty aggressive play, but as we are resisting snarls, we are just going to have to eat one Sludge Wave or Gunk Shot. Let's see what moveset the opponent's on. They throw after 5, so this is not a Gunk Shot, it's just a Sludge Wave. We're going to see once again the rat is bulky as fuck. We do quick attack down and we've got a Hyper Fang ready to go should that Primate return. I can see the fighting typing, so I'm spamming out the Hyper Fang. This will KO or get the shield. The opponent shields it up. We switch out now into Nidoqueen. They've only got 3 counters worth of energy, so they are too short of even a Night Slash. Mew is going to be able to take us out with a Surf. I am going to look to commit my final shield here, and then I'm going to look to CMP time on the Surf. You might be thinking, why don't I take him out? Well, I don't want to give that Primate a chance of taking him out, so I throw it on CMP in case the opponent gets greedy. This will be taking us out, but the Mew is now energy dry, so we're going to have to quick attack down, have the Hyper Fang ready to go, and high Primate by Primate. Raticate is a Primate counter confirmed. GG's, and thanks for playing. Holy crap, shoutcasting at 2.0 speed, my voice does go very squeaky. You hate to see it. Moving on into the next battle, we see Poliwrath in the lead. We come in to Nidoqueen and they come into Sandslash. I don't normally bait, but we're going for a bait here. The opponent shields it up. They're getting really greedy. The opponent finally throws. We are just going to let this go. They didn't want to get hit by an Earth Power. They go for a Night Slash. We survive. We make the Earth Power. Then Sandslash is now going to be forced to burn their final shield if they want to maintain switch. We've now got all shields down. So you might be thinking we're in a great spot, but spoiler alert, I remember this battle and fucking hell I make a mess of it. We hit with a Blizzard. First of all, that is not fantastic. They switch out into Poliwrath and now you'd think we're in a great spot. So I'm going to go for a really aggressive play. I've got no idea why I'm going for this play. I'm looking to Volt Switch all the way down. We sneak a Volt Switch here, so I'm thinking surely we can Volt Switch down. But they actually left with 4 Mod Shots before they switched out. So they're going to make this move just as the last Volt Switch registers, and we're going to get absolutely obliterated. And in the words of Oxford U, I don't want the smoke, and I quit that match. GG's to that opponent, capitalising on me being a fucking noob. Moving on into the next battle, we see a Sandslash in the lead. They come in to a Power Stone Ninetales. I know this is just a Weather Ball, so I'm going to tank 1 and now switch out into Electrode. So the quick attack damage has been helpful. I believe they are now in discharge range. We tanked the first Weather Ball. That did do quite a lot of damage, but luckily for us, Weather Ball has been nerfed. This discharge should be threatening a shield or a knockout. The opponent does shield it up. We now do not get a Volt Switch through, but either way I know they're 5 away from the next move, so I'm going to shield up and look to get all shields down from the opponent. Let's see what the opponent's willing to do. Are you willing to give me a final shield? No, you are not, so we actually take switch. I'd probably rather shield advantage, but either way we can take that. They come back in, farm us down with Sandslash. We come in to the rat and fire off this Crunch. Crunch does do decent damage to the Sandslash. We are resisting the Shadow Claw, so I can tank an Ice Punch. I'm definitely not willing to shield to show I'm weak to ice in the back. The opponent switches out into a Mach, so we're now in yet again a tricky spot. Snarmok has a decent matchup here. We can tank 1 Dark Pulse, so I decide to tank the first one. We're looking to throw at correct timing and get a denial. So this Poison Fang obviously is resisted, but I know the opponent is going to want a shield, so we do burn the shield. We throw it on CMP, so I'm now going to look to overfarm as much as possible. We shield the Dark Pulse up. The opponent is still switch locked, so as they're getting to the Dark Pulse, I throw on CMP. Earth Power will be taking out this Mach, and I'm hoping to make a Poison Fang, which we do here. Poison Fang should allow my switch timer to pop up. Poison Fang isn't going to do much. Switch timer pops up, 1 quick attack, and Raticate is going to close this game. Energy management on fucking point, if I do say so myself. GG's. Moving on into the next one. We need the crazy looking Shadow Rat into Mew. You love to see it. They switch into Dwegong, and we come in to Electrode. We go straight for a discharge. This should do huge super effective damage. The opponent puts up a shield. I know I tank an Icy Wind, so I'm not willing to shield it up. The opponent can commit 2 shields and win switch if they want, so let's see what the opponent wants to do. We get to this second discharge. It is a CMP tie. Is the opponent willing to give me their second shield? No, they're not, so we've got shield advantage and switch advantage. We're sitting in a pretty good spot. Let's see if I manage to balls this game up. Back out comes the Mew. We get farmed down. We come in with the Rat. Even a wild charge isn't that threatening, so I'm not going to shield it up. They do throw the wild charge. They come in to a Magneton. This isn't great as they can hit us for neutral with Magnet Bomb. I shield the first one up. Magnet Bomb doesn't one-shot, but it does do quite a lot of damage. I always say don't bait, and for some reason I'm going for a bait, and the opponent calls it. Great call from the opponent, but at this stage I can just go straight Poison Fang now. The opponent throws a Magnet Bomb. We do survive. I am going to throw a Poison Fang, hoping to CMP tile, but it's actually a delayed CMP. You can see there, Thunder Shock does go through. The opponent's getting really greedy. They let me farm down. This game is now absolutely over. We're going to fire off this Poison Fang into the Mew, and now look to switch out into our Rat. These quick attacks are really chunking. This Crunch will be drawing the opponent's last shield. They are going to need to wild charge to take me out, but there's not really that much energy difference either way. I'm just going to shield this up, force the opponent to throw again, and we should be able to Poison Jab down. The opponent does throw on CMP, so this serve will be taking us out, but we're going to be able to Poison Jab down and take this game. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see a Golbat in the lead, and it's a Shadow. Great pick from the opponent. Shout out Shadow Golbat. We know they're going to have to go Poison Fang, as Shadow Ball would be resisted due to our Dark typing. So we tank one. We are going to fire off a Crunch. Crunch will do big damage, especially to a Shadow Bat. The opponent puts up a shield. I am counting wing attacks. I'm looking to catch the next Poison Fang on Nidoqueen. Absolutely love to see it. We tank the Poison Fang. The opponent comes into a Snorlax. This, once again, is not a bad spot for us. We are going to debuff this Snorlax, and then we should be able to quick attack the thing down. The opponent is going to throw a Body Slam. We aren't going to shield this up. We're going to allow Nidoqueen to go down and look to quick attack down this big, fat Snorlax. The opponent has shown 2 Shadow Pokemon. They might be using a triple Shadow team. So I am going to shield this up, as even a Body Slam would KO, but we are going to leave with an absolute boatload of residual energy. We do get the quick attack down. Back out comes the Golbat. I throw one quick attack, then the Crunch, then I'm going to look to dip into my Electrode. The opponent gives us their last shield. We are resisting these wing attacks. This, once again, is just a Poison Fang. Despite it being super glassy, I'm not going to shield it up. The opponent does throw the Poison Fang in the back, is an Omastar. So shout out to this opponent if you're watching. I love the triple Shadow Spice, but unfortunately, buddy, you are going to get absolutely wrecked. And Electrode cleans up that battle. GG's. Moving on into the next one. We see a Dream Lead against Hypno. What is the opponent going to switch into? They throw one Confusion and come into a Rat of their own. So I'm going to throw a Hyper Fang, hoping to draw early shield advantage. We do draw a shield. Now I switch out into Nidoqueen. We aren't going to shield this first Crunch in case they get a defense drop. They don't get a defense drop, but looking at my health, we are going to have to shield the next Crunch anyway. I'm going to throw this Poison Fang, and then hopefully I should be able to Poison Jab down, but holy crap, the normal Raticate is super thick. So I'm not going to be able to Poison Jab down, but I do want to maintain alignment. So I shield the Crunch. We are going to go for this next Poison Fang, because I'm not going to be able to Poison Jab down before they make another Crunch. We do take out the Rat. We are going to get Confusion down, but I've hardly got any HP, so 2 Confusions does take us out. We can now come back in to the Rat, and in the back is a Muck. So once again, we see the Muck and Hypno combo. Pretty strong core, I suppose. We tank the foul play. We're looking to get towards the back-to-back discharges. Let's see if the opponent wants to give up their final shield. Yes, they do. We're now looking to get to one more discharge. This discharge will be taking out Muck, and we're going to save our shield for the Rat. And this game, once again, is absolutely over. The opponent also realises that, and despite my really crappy singing / high-pitched tone, they quit the match. So those were the battles with the triple Shadow team, featuring Raticate, Electrode and Nidoqueen. I had nothing but positive sets. I think I went 4-4, 3-4, or maybe 5. I don't know. I think I went 16-4 overall. But a super strong team. A credit to the team because I didn't know any of the matchups and I made a few new plays. You can see that one of the losses should have been a win, so it could have went even more positive. It's a really fun team in the Kanto Cup. If you're looking to run something a bit off meta, not run Muck or Hypno, this is a great team you can try out. So if you're enjoying the content, I appreciate if you smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you'd like your battles featured on the channel, link in the description down below. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.